Okay then guys, right, 3 videos in one night, overkill again. I have my trusty hanky ready. This is the one I'm using at the moment. I've got a blue and a green one as well. Okay, yeah, the tiny little shop in Covent Garden in London. Mullins and Wesley, cigar and snuff parlour. Okay. So yeah, they do 8 of their own branded snuffs. And the guy who manages it, I mean, you're not going to get more than 1 member of staff in there, really. That won't fit in there. I think at most you can get 2 customers because they've got one of those big red Indians that most, you know, the classic tobacconists have. But he was tucked in the corner rather than being outside. So I was trying to say to the guy, you know, did he know who these were milled by? And he was an East European chap, really nice guy, spoke brilliant English, but he didn't know. Because I was thinking, well, am I going to be trying some of this stuff and have already tried it in a different branding? But the lucky thing was, as I would expect in most snuff places, he had the 8 snuffs with open tin just lying out on top of the counter. And I thought, well, I'm not going to stand here trying 8 different snuffs. This was physically impossible. You know, apart from the fact that you're not going to be able to distinguish all those different flavours by taking them one after the other. And then a couple of tourists walked in. There was one big Dutch guy, and he was just looking, as I was at one point, behind the counter was just a whole wall called the White Spot of Dunhills. Yeah, there must have been about 20 of them. We were just gawping at them. And this guy picked a couple, was looking at them, and I was thinking, £180? Oh, £250, way out of my price range. And he put them back, and he was looking at a couple of others, and he went outside. I think he was talking to his wife, going, bloody hell, £250, you know. How many euros is that? And I was concentrating on the snuff, so I think I did try 4 in the end as well. So what have we got here? Citrus Delight, yeah. Now the only other citrus one I've tried is the, oh god, I must stop doing that, is the Wilsons of Sharrow Lemon Grove, which is a little bit lemony, but again it's one of those flavours I talked about in the last snuff video, which is a bit subtle and fleeting. This one's really nice. It's very strong citrusy, lemon more than anything, rather than orange. I think I get more lemon out of it, or lime than orange, and it lasts quite a while. And again, I'm sure these are tins from Wilson and Sharrow because they're completely overfilled. But that's quite a nice one. Now the other one I've got here, which I did try in the shop, really nice. It's a lovely warm SP flavour. It's called Mature Crumbled Snuff. Now I'm going to open it over my ashtray here because, as I say, I give that. But it's a new tin, so they're completely overfilled. Even now, look, let me just get that little light on. This is probably going to go everywhere. Can you see that? I'm almost dead to tip it up. It's right, see, it's all poking over the top of the ears. That's why you've got to be so careful with these. And let me get that light off again because that's quite bright. So I'm going to have a little toot of that. And again, one thing I didn't mention in my last video, you know, forgive me if this is teaching Granny to suck eggs. A lot of these, particularly the flavoured ones, are just flavoured with essential oils. So lots of the tips I've heard is just to hold them in your fingers for a few seconds, to let the warmth of your fingers just, you know, what's the right word? Get those warm those flavours up so they exude and stuff like that. But oh, that's an SP. But that's, how do you describe that? A warm, leathery smell. Very nice indeed. Yeah. What else have we got? Oh, Mullins. This is Mullins Keen Scented. Again, I'm not sure whether that's picking it up. Mentholated. That's fairly obvious, I suppose. And pretty much that's pretty strong. So that would go nicely alongside the crystals or the L260, the snuff. Sorry, that bloody tin's gone all over my hand now. It's all over my table. Ridiculous things, but I'd sooner that than the little clicky dispensers. Jock's Choice Snuff. Again, I'm going to have a go at that one as well. I know it's shortly after, but I love this one as well. Another SP. Okay. Whoa. This is, again, let me just show you this one because it's almost like they're both on the medium grind, but again, it's kind of like those little bits there. Can you see that? Yeah. Right, let's switch that off. It's probably too soon after the other one. Let's have a look. Okay. Another couple of seconds. Yeah, that's got more of that natural tobacco flavour to it. Slightly tangy is the only way I can describe it without being citrusy. Those of you who tried the snuffs will know what I mean. Whereas the crumbled snuff was just much warmer without that kind of tobacco-y essence tang to it. And this, I always have to have one of these in my collection. I think it's just, I don't know, it's just an English thing really. What's this one called? Covent Rose. Oh, I love the rose scented ones as well. I'm not going to try that because that is too much. So again, now these other two I picked up today, I'd noticed from a video that Milverton68 did and the Professor that Radford's made a comeback as far as snuffs are concerned. And I just walked into it's a newsagent, it's hardly going to be called a tobacconist really, not a specialist tobacconist. But I noticed because I had to queue up for the very first time, I only went up to get some bread in there, oddly enough. I saw these, they're Radfords. And they were like £2.40 and fairly old big tins. So SP number 1, and this hasn't got anything in it, but it's a mentholated one as well. Again, less menthol than perhaps the Mullins there, and certainly a lot less, certainly not as wow head rush like you get with the Hedges, but quite nice that one. The SP number 1, yeah, again very natural. Hardly, I don't think there's any essences in there at all, but very tangy, very tobacco-y. Now they are made by, if I'm wrong, 4 Radfords by J.H. Wilson. And I recognise J.H. Wilson because these were the very first 2 snuffs I ever bought. Now I think, most tobacconists, anyone who sells fags will do these little tiny tins of the J.H. Wilson. Mentholated 99, also medicated 99, and the SP number 1. So, you know, a tiny little thin plastic bottle with wafer thin metal lids. Nightmare, I've got snuff everywhere here. So that was it, just a little snuff interlude, which I'm going to be calling them interludes, and I'm going to sprinkle a few out through the videos I do in the future. I really have gone on long enough out. No, I say short ones, I'm going to stop saying that because it never works out. Thanks for joining me tonight again. I hope they've been reasonably enjoyable. I'm going to try and go back, catch up, probably have some more videos and try and make some comments where it's worthwhile, not from ones from a week back because I think that's a bit daft, like, well, a bit late now, aren't you? So thanks again, hopefully we're doing a few more this week. Take good care everybody, see you soon, bye bye.